I'm Amy Cherry. This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota, here to wow ya. A man who threatened to blow up the sheriff's office and kill Sheriff Rick Staley and his deputies is heading to prison. 52-year-old Raymond Crown was sentenced to 3 years in prison, followed by 5 years probation. He'll get credit for 9 months of time already served. Late last month, Crown pleaded no contest to charges of making threats against a law enforcement officer, threatening to discharge a destructive device, and felony criminal mischief. He was arrested in April. Sheriff Staley says Crown mailed him a letter from prison apologizing for the threats. Staley says he hopes Crown gets the help he needs to become a productive member of society after he serves his sentence.
This portion of Flagler's Morning News brought to you by the Daytona Beach International Airport, Delta Airlines nonstop to Atlanta, and starting in May, nonstop flights to New York City via American Airlines.
What is the Home Builders Association telling the city of Flagler Beach?
City Manager Larry Newsom says recently, not much. He told WNZF yesterday afternoon that he and the association had a meeting around 1:30, but Newsom said the home builders had no agenda for the meeting.
So I made it very clear to the Home Builders Association that we'll be happy to reschedule another meeting, but I want to get bullet points on exactly what your concerns are.
Newsom said the concern had to do with keeping stormwater outside Mirror Lake from running off one lot onto another. However, Newsom said the biggest issue with the association is communications. He said so long as the city and the association discuss what builders need to spend up front, there should not be issues with the city's land development code.
The Land Development Code is supposed to protect the property rights of all citizens in Flagler Beach.
Newsom said the city and the Home Builders Association will continue to meet so that homes will continue to be built here and that builders will know how much they need to spend to build those homes. From the WNZF newsroom, I'm Deb Albertson.
A bad contractor is brought to justice. Tony Magoo has more.
On Monday, Flagler County won their suit against an unlicensed contractor, James Sigler. The man, who is also known as the gutter guy, took money from an elderly Palm Coast woman for incomplete and substandard work. Assistant County Attorney Sean Moylan pursued legal action against Sigler, who failed to attend a hearing by the Flagler County Contractor Review Board and further failed to pay a $500 fine for performing unlicensed contract work, plus an additional $1,500 in restitution. On the phone is Julie Murphy, Flagler County Public Information Officer. Julie, what tips might you have for homeowners?
Homeowners who are looking to hire a contractor to perform work for them should really check to make sure that they have a license and proof of insurance.
What should they do if they have a real problem with a contractor?
They should make sure that they call law enforcement right away. And if you happen to be a senior citizen, make sure you contact Seniors vs. Crime, which is a special project of the Florida Attorney General.
On Tuesday, Circuit Judge Christopher A. France ordered Sigler to pay everything. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Tony Magoo.
New license plate readers in the area helped deputies find an elderly Palm Coast man who went missing. 86-year-old David Triplett was found in St. Johns County after he went out to run some errands and failed to return home Tuesday night. His caretaker was concerned because Triplett is experiencing early-onset dementia. Deputies issued a statewide silver alert for his 2002 Ford Explorer. They found it about 2 hours later using a license plate reader. Flagler County Sheriff Rick Staley called it another great example of how the LPRs don't just fight crime, but also keep citizens safe. What's new at the Flagler Executive Airport? John Arking takes a look.
Flagler Executive Airport Director Roy Seeger says some big things are happening at the airport.
Right now, we're approaching 90% design on our new 15,000 square foot GA terminal facility, so we're very excited about that. We're also about to kick off our design for redoing runway 624. The exciting thing about that, I know it's just pavement, it's not really exciting to people, but the nice thing about that, once we finish that runway, it's a brand new airport. We basically have all brand new pavement out there on the entire airport. So we have the infrastructure to bring in businesses like we've been doing.
Seeger reminds residents that none of the airport projects are paid for by taxpayers. As he puts it, if we're not making the money, we're not spending the money. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm John Arking.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Amy Cherry.